Julia, in your role as a leadership coach, what are the actions you're seeing companies take, or that you're helping advise leaders to take?
I think the conversations that I've been having are probably more about what's getting in the way, because everyone knows what to do. So we've got the reports, they've got the data, people know what to do. For me, the question that I've been having with leaders is, you know what to do. So what is it that's getting in the way in your organisation? And for me, it's about, you've got to be able to name it first. So it's almost to Colin's point, like what's the moment of truth, or what are the moments of truth in your organisation, and really embracing that truth in your organisation of what is getting in the way. Because if the leadership team can't name the truth in the organisation, then it doesn't matter what policy is in place, what framework, what the D&I Council is doing, how good the chair is, whatever is, how many women are involved, how many men are on board, nothing is going to change. And so for me, that's been the most sort of important conversation, and really where I've seen change happen or fail in organisations has been where there's been that embracing of truth. So what does that involve? Tough conversations, challenging the status quo. It's really involved a culture of, like, a courageous culture. What's that meant in terms of it's been actually attaching KPIs, like generally financial KPIs, to change. So having a passionate sort of plea of, we want to do this and we're all going to get on board and we'll make it happen over a period of time. I've generally not seen that work as much as people, hearts and minds are willing. That's generally not seen step change results in my experience. It's seen small shifts, and I've seen pockets of change happen where there's been hearts and minds willing, but I've not seen sort of that real step change across organisations where there's not been KPIs attached to it that actually drive that sort of outcome. So I think they're the sorts of conversations I've been having. People have got to be able to name it. They've got to be able to explain what gets in the way. They've got to be able to explain, to Susan's point earlier around, it's not unconscious bias. In a lot of organisations, there is systemic bias and privilege that gets in the way. So we're asking people to give up, their seat at the table, to give it to someone else, or to bring in an extra chair. And that's very, very uncomfortable for people that have, had a seat at the table for a very long period of time. To Abby's point before, I've been in a recruitment process where they've told me about their great D&I policy, and I've not met any women in the recruitment process. And I've said to them, well, you've demonstrated to me that you're not serious about D&I, because I've not met any females in the decision-making process. So it doesn't stack up. So I think these are the sorts of, it's the unspoken things as much as the spoken things. And these are the moments of truth, I think, for leaders in organisations.